Okay, we have our next in-studio guest with us from a company called Vom Fass. I have to say that slowly. We have Colleen, Cavallieri, and Ben Minen with us. So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Great. So tell us a little bit about Vom Fass. What is Vom Fass, and tell us where you're located.
We're located in Hillcrest in the Hub, which used to be Uptown District, right by Trader Joe's and Ralph's.
Okay, so, and what's the address there for people that are looking for a street address?
It's 1050 University Avenue, and it's Unit E103.
Okay, and I'm looking at these wonderful gift bags. Okay, so now it's not just oils and vinegars, it's also liqueurs, correct?
That's right. We have amazing scotches, whiskeys, American whiskeys, Irish whiskeys, bourbon, brandies, cognacs, armagnacs, liqueurs, and some wine.
Okay, so I can come down there. This is like going to Costco. We can just go down in the tasting room and just go from one to the other, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, you have to watch that.
Exactly. You can taste as much of the oil and vinegar as you want. We do limit you a little bit on the alcohol, but you can.
Well, limit on the alcohol.
It's still good.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Well, with all the changes now. I mean, I remember I go back to as I grew up, and alcohol was, you had scotch, you had bourbon, you had gin, and that was about it. Now you have 9,000 versions of everything, and now you're bringing it in from Europe versus just infusing it locally. So I think that's great.
How do you guys source and find the great products?
Well, most of our relationships span 25 years. So Vom Fass AG or Vom Fass Germany started most of these direct relationships when Johannes Kiderlens started the concept in the early 90s in Europe. And we've really stuck to those same standards. It's really important for our company because it's ethical. And we also are able to control the quality from the time, it's an olive on the tree on Mr. Montelleri's farm in Monte San Savino to it's in Colleen's shop here in San Diego.
Wow. So, Colleen, do you get to go around and sample? I get to go to your store to sample after you guys have already gone all around the world and sampled, right?
We haven't made the Europe trip yet. We just opened 2 months ago, so we're hoping to do it this year or next year.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk a little bit more about the different products because my husband's Greek. He's all about the olive oil. I just thought you go to the store and you just buy whatever olive oil is off the shelf.
There are different types of olive oils depending on where they're made, so they'll have different tastes to them, the traditional olive oils. We also have infused olive oils.
Oh, wow. Such as?
Such as orange, tangerine, grapefruit, rosemary, garlic. So there are a lot of different choices with that as well.
I love pomegranate olive oil with in eggs. Oh,
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, you're talking to a former restaurateur over here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So tell us a little bit about how you got into this.
I first saw this store up in L.A. We were visiting colleges for my son, and we went into the store in Claremont area of L.A., where the Claremont colleges are, and my sister works in the store. And so we walked into the store and were just amazed. We had never seen anything like it before, and that just started the ball rolling. It took us about a year to get the store open.
Now, you guys are a franchise.
We are a franchise.
Okay. So how many are these around? You're going to be, how many are in San Diego? Are you guys the only one?
We're the only one in San Diego. We're supposed to open 2 more stores in the next couple of years.
You yourself and your husband?
My husband and I.
Oh, awesome.
So are they going to be spread around San Diego, or are you going to try to go elsewhere?
Well, they'll be San Diego because we're from San Diego. My husband's retired Navy, and this is our home now. So we live in Coronado, so the Hillcrest location is nice and convenient, but we'll probably go North County with the next one.
Yeah.
I was going to say Coronado would be a fabulous location.
Coronado would too. That's a possibility as well. But Hillcrest is so close to Coronado, it works.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
It's amazing on the business side because I've owned a business in Coronado. And that water barrier, even though there's a bridge there, really cuts off the market.
Yeah.
It does.
Urban, where have you not owned a business?
Tijuana.
Okay.
Well, and North County is growing so much that I think that's a great place to take it.
I think that would be a good location for the second.
Yeah.
Let's say someone walks into your store and they've heard about it, and you've got all these wonderful sounding names and all. What education or what information will you give them as a customer new to this experience?
We give them a little tour of the store first because it can be a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of product there, so we give them a little tour, let them explore by themselves a little bit, and then come over and offer suggestions for different tastings, different combinations, and we'll tell them a little bit about the products and where they're from and how they're produced. It's definitely an experience. So when you come into the store, you spend a little bit of time, but it's definitely a fun time, and everyone leaves happy, having tasted some great products and having learned a little bit.
Yeah, or maybe they have trouble getting Andrea to leave.
You can stay as long as you want.
I think it would be a great. I know, right? I think it'd be a great place to have a party. To bring a group of people.
Yeah, I think it'd be wonderful.
We can do private parties. We do different events as well. On Thursday, Ben is teaching a Scotch class. So that's our next event. The next week, we're having wine, cheese, and chocolate. Then we're having a summer cocktail class. But we definitely can do private events as well.
Andrea was fast asleep until you walked into the room and started telling
I know. What do I need to learn about Scotch, Ben?
Well, in the class on Thursday, we're going to take a look at every region of Scotland. So we'll start in the lowlands with the lighter, more floral whiskeys, and make our way up through the Highlands into the Great Glen, and then end in Islay. And really, we want to highlight how each different area produces almost completely unique scotches, based on where in Scotland they're even produced. And we'll talk a little bit about how the barrel, what type of barrel is used to age the whiskey, influences the flavor. So, and then we'll pair some food.
You going to do this in a Scottish accent?
No.
You going to roll out a brogue for everybody?
You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KCBQ, streaming live at AM1170theanswer.com. Give us a tweet at Close Up SD. Email me at barry@closeupsandiego.com or find our page on Facebook. Want to hear from you? I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with Andrea Kay, Urban Miaris, and we have with us Colleen Cavallieri and Ben Minen from Vom Fass. So, I find it so interesting. We have changes in our media. It went from, being able to read a newspaper and a radio and a TV to having everything you ever wanted on the internet. We went from, the only way you could get a different beer was when you go to Coors and you got the Rocky Mountain spring water there. Now you have everything you can imagine, all on a custom basis from everywhere in the world. I think it's great.
Yeah. What's next? In terms of product line, anything? I mean, I know you've only been around for 2 months, but you're already thinking multiple locations. Yeah,
we're planning for that, but right now we're just trying to make sure our Hillcrest location is a great location. People have a great customer experience there. So that's our focus right now. Probably some more events, maybe some corporate gifts. So that's where our focus is now.
Yeah. Right. Oh, corporate gifts is a great idea. Yeah. Do you guys help people put together packages like baskets or?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We gift wrap everything in the store regardless.
Okay.
So if anybody comes in to buy any gift, we'll gift wrap it. But we can do special things with baskets for corporate clients as well.
And you probably have an online store as well.
We have an online store, not with the corporate gifts, so we'll be customizing that. So if people want to contact us, we can get them flyers on what's available.
Great. Tell our listeners real quick, how they find out more about Vom Fass.
The best way is to come into the store because you really have to see it to understand it. You can also go online to VomFassHillcrest.com. We have a Facebook page, which is Vom Fass Hillcrest. But really, if you can come into the store, let us give you a little tour. That's the best way you really need to taste things while you're there. We're a tasting store, and that's what we want people to do.
Yeah, well, I think it's fabulous because you can go in, find the products you want, and it's not a matter of having to go buy. How do I say this? It's not a matter of going back to buy them again. You go in and you refill your order, right from the store.
Right, definitely. We have a variety of sizes of bottles and shapes. So we have some really basic bottles to really pretty gift bottles, all different sizes, anywhere from 50 milliliters up to 750, depending on how much you want to use. And you bring it back clean and dry, and we fill it again.
Now, any way that you could do custom flavors? Like if I were to come to you and say, from New Orleans, I want a Cajun flavored olive oil, could you do it for me?
Probably what we would do is have you taste the different olive oils and pair it with a vinegar that goes well with it to give you that type of a flavor.
Interesting.
On executive gifts or incentive gifts, do you do private labeling on the bottles?
We can do engraving. The way that we label everything now is we handwrite on every bottle in the store. So as we fill your bottle, we write on it what it is, where it's from, and what size it is. So you know when you come back. So everything's very personalized that way. Even our alcohol bottles, we write on the outside of them, so it's all handwritten. But we can do it that way, or we can do bottle engraving as well.
I like that. My own name on my own bottle of alcohol.
Well, I know. Well, we need
I'll drink to that.
We need like a customized flavor of olive oil or something maybe for close-up.
That's right.
We need like our own brand, our own flavor.
We can make you a combination, and we can make that our combo of the week.
Oh, that's a great idea.
All right.
I got to go down there and do some sampling. Come up with something.
You brought her to life.
Wow. Hey, my mind is just going crazy on gift boxes.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my husband is always asking me, what should we give for this client, for that client? I just never have any. I'm not creative, so I could come to you guys, and you guys could help me come up with different products to put together.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of our products are very unique, hard to find. So if you have somebody who's a Scotch lover, you'll be able to find something in our store that they can't find anywhere else.
Wow. All right.
It would be very difficult for them.
Give us one product that's the most exotic, difficult product to find, whether it's an alcohol or vinegar or an oil.
Well, right now we have a really nice 50-year-old Grand Cru Paradis cognac in. We sourced when we were in France. I think there's about 140 liters for all of our stores.
Wow.
And that's something that's really, really, really unique. You don't often see those stateside. They don't typically leave France.
And you taste that. You offer taste of that. Samples in the store.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Wow. And but you said there's a limit to the alcohol.
Can we do our show on location?
I know, right? That's what we need to do. Fantastic.
Yeah, this is great. Hey, we're starting to run short on time. Tell our listeners one more time how they find out more about you, how they find your store, how they find your website, etc.
Sure. We're in Hillcrest, so 1050 University Avenue, which is on the intersection of 10th and University, right in the Hub Shopping Center, so they can come visit us there, or online, VomFassHillcrest.com, or our Facebook, which is also Vom Fass Hillcrest.
Okay, and Vom Fass would be VOMFASS, correct?
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Great. So with radio here, I always like to be clear.
It's a difficult name sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a cool name, though. What does it mean in German?
It means from the cask or on tap.
Wow.
Awesome. Vom Fass. I like how Ben said it.
I think that's wonderful.
Vom Fass. Very cool.
Well, thanks for being with us, and we look forward to visiting your store, and maybe I'll have to break down and bring Andrea with me.
Yes, please do.
Try going without me. That ain't happening.
We look forward to seeing you there.
Great. This is Close Up on San Diego Business here on KCBQ, streaming live at AM1170theanswer.com. Send us a tweet at CloseUpSD or just find our page on Facebook. You can always email me at verycloseupsandiego.com. Let me know what you think. I'm your host, Barry Waxler. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.